Crank it. All right. Thank you for coming out. We are here at Sunset in the Square.
Yes.
If you don't mind introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about your business organization.
Okay. I'm Stephanie Howard from the Peach on North Main over here. So we sponsored, having some fun with that. The Peach on North Main is pretty cool. There's a lot going on there. So we've got several. The mission, we all have our regular businesses, but we've got several businesses there who share the same mission to support local first.
Love it.
So everything local first, and it's been a lot of fun. So we hold a lot of bonus events like bingo night. And
you're one of the sponsors here for the Sunset.
Yes.
So what do you, is this your first time sponsoring Sunset? What do you hope to get out of that, or what's your thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was really just to check it out because I've driven by when it's happened every year and I'm like, what is this I'm missing?
Yeah.
But then it's also just, now that I've gotten to know D-Wink and what it's all about, I support it so much.
Awesome.
So,
what are you looking forward to most about this evening? So right now is appetizer time.
Yes.
What are you most excited about?
So I'm actually excited about dinner after we picked it. It sounds delicious.
Oh, you get to pick.
Yes. Well, you really just got to pick the protein.
What was the options?
Chicken, salmon, beef, and there was some sort of...
And you went with...
The beef.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
There was some sort of vegetarian option, but...
Okay.
No,
all right.
not me.
So being part of Weatherford here, talk to me a little bit about that. So what does this mean to you? Now the Peach, the community, what made you, decide to come here to Weatherford, et cetera?
I've lived in Weatherford for about 9 years. I grew up in Azle, and then when I graduated, I went to Weatherford College for a couple of semesters that I didn't finish.
Okay.
Kept, saying, never mind.
Well, you finished some of the semesters. We didn't finish the whole package.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Right.
And then I ended up kind of got things out of order. Got married, had my first 2 kiddos, and then got serious about college. So then I went to TCC and TCU from there. But
very cool.
My first experience was Weatherford College, but I've always loved it because I would drive down to see that courthouse view right before you go off to the college because I was coming from Azle. So, but I moved here about 9 years ago now, and my regular business, Ann Aaron Roofing, I started 10 years ago. So when I got into the community and just the idea of getting to know people and the way your customers, when they know you first, because all of my business was DFW before then, and nobody knew you, necessarily, except, mostly. I had a regular customer.
You happy how everything's going here on the square? You're loving it?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Peach is doing good?
It's doing great.
All right, tell our listeners or viewers, what are we going to do? How are we going to go to the Peach? We're open Monday through this, we're this and that,
Yes, so we are, every Tuesday night is bingo night. It supports Texas for Warriors, super cool. And the prizes are awesome. We've had some great prizes.
Yeah.
People even happy. Thursday night's open mic night.
Yeah,
yes,
we've seen that on Facebook a lot.
Lots of local musicians. They're so cool. And then Friday night is karaoke night.
Okay.
Totally different crowd. We're also a private event venue. So lots of birthday parties, baby showers, all of that going on.
And then people go to Facebook website.
The Peach on North Main. Follow the Peach on North Main on Facebook and Instagram to know what events are coming up. Because we do host a bingo off the calendar sometimes for family. And then we have a website. Oh, Jason Eady is coming on June 14th.
June 14th, Jason Eady.
Yes, tickets are for sale on the website. Here's some exciting news. I'm gonna little secret.
Love it. What do you got?
The tickets aren't for sale yet because we're still going back and forth on the date, but we're gonna have Pat Green live at the Peach on North Main.
Really?
Yes.
That's a big deal, actually. Do you have enough seats for that?
Well, no. It's going to be a small.
It's going to be an exclusive.
It's a very exclusive experience. So
keep us posted on the dates on that, and share that with ParkerCAST because all the folks watching, we'll be able to tag it and retag it and when Pat Green's coming. Love it. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, hey, thank you for being a sponsor here at Sunset Square. I don't want to keep you. Go enjoy the rest of your appetizer rally.
Thank you. It's very nice to see you.
Thank you.
All righty.
Okay, all right, Ms. Cleveland, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about who you are and your relationship to Weatherford and Sunset Square.
So, my name's Kevin Cleveland. I've been in Weatherford about 18 years.
Love it.
Got into Weatherford really for the community. I grew up in a small town, 2,000 or so folks.
In Texas?
Yep, East Texas, a little town called Groveton. Largest graduating class at the time, 36 kids.
All right.
And so, work, of course, is not very good down there. And being close to Metroplex, had a lot of work, but didn't want to live that big city life and found Weatherford, and it didn't take long to realize this was my type of people.
It is.
Good people,
good folks.
great community.
Good folks. Good folks. Well, we appreciate you. So Sunset on the Square, how many? I think we're on our 5th anniversary. You've attended
every one of them.
all 5.
Yeah, this is year 5. I got the privilege of part of my history is I've also been on city council for about 9 years
Yes,
up
you
until
have.
this last May. As I was getting
Thank
off,
you for your service.
Absolutely. As I was getting off of city council, had an opportunity to join up and create D-Wink. So me and Ken Davis and a few others got together and created D-Wink, which is the one that put together Sunset on the Square.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunset on the Square is our signature event. It's a good one.
It's a big one. It's awesome. So we've done all 4. We got something new going on this year on York Street. So that's wild, and we'll do some video out there later. But yeah, I mean, the last few years being on the square, we have lucked out with weather, knock on wood.
No doubt.
I mean, this is gorgeous. It's great. The turnout is fantastic. So no, it's super exciting. Talk to me a little bit about, I think last week or the week before was the famous Cleveland crawfish boil.
Oh yeah. So we are at 15 years of that. So as always, just kind of love a community and people getting together.
Yeah.
Started off small. Harder to get crawfish up here than it was in East Texas, and so
Okay, fair
figured I'd
enough.
just grab one sack in the beginning and cook it and invite a few friends. And every year that's grown to the magnitude that this year we boiled over 600 pounds of crawfish, 150 hamburgers, and over 200 hot dogs. And we were out of food by 4:30.
Oh, gee, that's good, right? You're
Yeah,
feeding
let's
the
clean up.
community.
That's right.
Hey,
Let's
we're
clean
cleaning
up.
up. We're feeding the community. Weather was a little wet, but not bad, right? If I remember correctly.
It rained 2 days before, really heavily. But by the
Okay.
time everybody showed up, everything had dried out. We had tents, had bands. It was a really good event. I would say probably around 300 people showed up.
Awesome. All right, so let's finish with a little bit of sentiment. What does it mean to be, a member of this community? Sunset on the Square, Weatherford, Parker County. This is such an important kind of town and event. I mean, we're just west of the Metroplex. And what do you take away from this county most of anything? I mean, what are you loving here?
100% is the community. It's the people that make up the community. It doesn't matter. Everybody loves mom and pop. Everybody loves small town. Everybody loves that feel. But you can even go to Walmart, and the manager at Walmart knows you. It doesn't matter what brand you put in this community. It's staffed by good, solid people that care about their neighbors, enjoy the time spent with their neighbors, and they come out to events like this in groves just to hang out and be around their friends. That's what I'm here for.
We have
friends
Sheps and Ironworks gift cards at our local Costco.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like this perfect, pure balance. All right, so you're excited for tonight?
I am.
What was your
thrilled.
protein of choice? Right, you got to choose like
I
one
got
of
the
4.
tenderloin. I did. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a good meal.
Awesome. All right, hey, Mr. Cleveland, I don't want to take more time. Enjoy the party.
Appreciate you.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, Mr. Ryan Stewart, how you doing? If you don't mind,
doing
maybe do a little introduction. Tell us about your business.
Yeah, so my name's Ryan Stewart. I own Parker County Brewing Company, and we just recently moved to a new location. Still in the same city. We're in Willow Park, but we moved across the highway behind Brookshire's in Willow Park. So
Yeah, I've been
that's it.
following that on Facebook. Looks awesome.
It's great. It's much, much bigger.
Yeah.
It's way bigger than I thought it would be. Like I thought like, oh no, after 8 years, it's gonna be fine. We've got our systems down. We can manage inventory. It's no big deal. We know how to run a kitchen. And then you're like, wow, we just got punched in the face, big time.
No, it sounds like online when we watch it and view it, it's you're killing it, doing great, love it. What brought you here to Sunset on the Square?
So we were invited by the event coordinator, Downtown Weatherford Inc., and we're extremely pleased to be included and invited. So, being a part of the community is really important to us. We're a little bit a ways from Weatherford, but we're still in Parker County. I mean, we're still part of the overall community, and we're just really, really excited to be here.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. So, like the balance there where you are, now currently the only brewery operating in the county.
That's right.
So, I mean, the balance of like being the county's brewery, the city, how you doing that? Because East Parker County's growing like crazy. So you're probably pulled out there a lot.
We really are, and we're definitely tied into the eastern side of Parker County with Aledo and Willow Park and Hudson Oaks. But we still want to be the county's brewery. I mean, the name of our business is Parker County.
That's right.
So the namesake is still the same, even though we're, maybe a little bit closer to the Tarrant County line. But the growth out there is really coming on with the college, UTA announced.
Oh, yeah. Their West Campus or whatever. Yeah.
So they're supposed to have 10,000 students registered by 2028.
Yeah.
That's like 3 years.
Yeah.
10,000?
I'm going to apply out there. We'll see.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So,
all right. So we talked about you moving.
Yep.
So what if folks come into the new Park County? What are they going to see? What's going to be some of the cool new surprises? Something different from the last place?
So we have a full bar now. That's
Nice.
the biggest change. We've added to our food menu, of course, because we have a bigger kitchen. But the real big change is that we have a full bar. So we have cocktails, we have whiskey, we have tequila. So we have a little something for everybody. I think that's kind of part of the craft beer industry and just drinking habits across the board in America. That's kind of changed a lot, I think. And craft beer is starting to be a little bit less popular. People are exploring other options, and I totally understand that as I drink my whiskey, but I still love beer. I mean, this is what we do. We are a brewery. We make a ton of beer, but to fit our customers' preferences, I think that we got to adapt and change, right?
Awesome. No, I love it. So this is your first time at Sunset on the Square?
It is. That's right.
Awesome.
The very first time.
We want to thank you for coming out.
How many years has this event
This
been
is the
going
fifth.
on? The fifth one.
This is the fifth one. But you had told me off camera, you had said, not only are you doing the appetizer rally, but then you're setting up
That's right.
over in the...
The funny thing, if we don't run out of beer.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. So appetizer rally's been very popular.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So if we don't run out of beer, we're going to drive across the street and go set up for dinner. But, I mean, things are going great, man.
Awesome.
And this is a really cool event, and you've been a part of all of them.
We've been part,
right?
I think, I haven't done the math on it, but it seems like most of them we've been to.
Well, so I've got some new employees. They've never been to Weatherford in a day in their life. And they're asking me, why are they doing this? Who's the organizer? What's going on? And I'm like, it's so great that they're doing things in downtown to revitalize this area and bring people to the shops and the restaurants and stuff. Man, I just wish that other cities would do stuff.
Yeah.
Like this.
No, downtown Weatherford Inc. is unique. There is a downtown Fort Worth Inc., and some of the big Houstons and Austins, but the fact that Weatherford had one is awesome. And I think that's a great,
But do they do anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know either.
I don't know. No, this is a big one, and we are super happy that you were here.
Awesome.
And thank you so much. And if you get a chance to stay to the end, you haven't seen anything until the sun sets, and it's sunset on the square. If you get a chance, I know the beer might be running out, but if you get a chance to hang around to the end, the sparklers and the dinner and the food is awesome. Hey, Park County Brewing Company, thank you so much for coming, Ryan.
Appreciate it.
Awesome, Mr. Hotop. If you don't mind introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do here in Weatherford.
Yeah. So I'm James Hotop, and I'm the city manager for the city of Weatherford.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. How long you been doing that, James?
I've been the city manager for 6 years. I've been with the city for 19 years
Wow.
total. So a lot of various capacities there. I started off with city engineer, became director of utilities, director of planning department, building official, assistant city manager, and finally became the city manager.
Having lived on the lake for about 7 years, we are satisfied with the lake levels.
Good.
That's good. We're satisfied with the lake levels. Could always be a little better, but we're satisfied with the lake levels. We are. This is good.
Primary source for the lake is to drink out of, right? I mean, that's where our water comes from, right?
It's a good answer. Good answer.
we do get a secondary use out of it. A lot of folks like to use it in the summer for skiing. So
I love that. Actually, I love that answer. Primary source is to drink, Josh. So I don't care if your boat goes in the water. Yep. Fair
Although
enough.
the crazy part is that most of the water we consume actually goes onto our lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do about 60 or 70% of the water we consume in the summer. Actually, we just pour out on the ground. So
I saw one. Well, never mind. We'll save this for a longer podcast because I saw like the line of demarcation in the U.S. and like where Weatherford is, like West Fort Worth is using like the most water per capita in the U.S. because we have not adopted the fact that we're desert. We still want the lush green. But anyway, I digress. You're doing a great job. Water's great. You're right. It's good for water. Here at Sunset on the Square, year 5. You've been to probably all 5, I think.
I have been to year 5. In fact, you and your bride have sat with us for at
we
least
have.
3 of those
I think
years.
we have for most of them.
Last year was the first year y'all did.
That's right, and I appreciate the invites. We love doing that. So what does this mean to Weatherford, Sunset on the Square?
this has been a huge event for exposure for downtown Weatherford. Downtown Weatherford is the crown jewel of Parker County. And, the unique thing about historic downtowns, and we've got one of them, there's only 16 of them in North Texas. And we are extremely fortunate to have one of those. And, Downtown Weatherford Initiative, which is a group we helped start, their sole mission is to help do outreach for downtown. And these type of events like tonight, there's 2 premier events that happen each year, Wine and Whiskey Walk and Sunset on the Square. And I think they're both uniquely different events that happen, but they're both events that bring people downtown.
That's right.
And create more exposure. And for the event that we have happening tonight, it's really one of the most unique, intimate things that can happen in a social setting.
I love that you said that. I love you said that word intimate, because having been here 3 or 4 years now, we had another couple guests on. We were talking to them who had not been all the way through to the nighttime dinner, dessert, sparklers, and then the sun is set and the courthouse is in the background, and it's like, intimate's a great word, and that's very rare in a municipality to find an event that actually is intimate to the neighborhood, the community. I actually got a stew on that a little bit. That is a great way to describe it.
So if you just think about the context of the way this started off, we started off with a large social setting, brought about 1,000 people together socially, and you're going to break up into very intimate dining experiences. And it's going to be a high level experience that people are going to be able to enjoy and consume, but then also throughout that entire experience to interact with people socially, but on a small scale with the people directly around you. And it's one of those things we don't take enough time to consciously consume in our life. We're all extremely busy. I know you're busy, Josh. I'm busy. And it's just one of those things. It's go, go, go. And this is one of those rare events where we can just stop and kind of slow down and actually enjoy people.
Yep. So the city of Weatherford's one of the sponsors here tonight. We're one of the big sponsors.
Yes,
so talk to me about that. Super happy to. Yep.
Yeah. So we've been a sponsor of this event since the start. We've been a sponsor through our hotel motel taxes. Yep. So it's not just normal tax dollars that are collected that are spent on this. These are tax dollars that are collected from people that stay in our hotels and motels, and then we've put some of those dollars back into this event. That's also how we sponsor that group, and we think it's extremely important because this is brand exposure. There's people that come here from Fort Worth, from Aledo. We
sat at a table once with Betsy Price.
Betsy Price, former mayor of Fort Worth.
That was maybe year 2 or 3. Yeah,
year 2 or 3, and so those folks come for the same experience that we're coming for. There's not many times that you can say we shut down an entire block or the entire square and had a fine dining experience and been able to interact socially with a lot of people. Some people and some people you don't.
You meet new people. Okay, here's the big question. We'll finish on this. What was your protein you choose? What was
it's the tenderloin.
Oh, it was the tenderloin.
Yeah,
all right.
It's the tenderloin.
Yep. So I didn't even know that was the mega, but somebody at one of our first guests said it was salmon, chicken, tenderloin, and tenderloins. Hey,
I always go with steaks.
You chose wisely.
Yeah.
Thank you, James.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Tammy, do me a favor. Please introduce yourself to our guests and tell me a little bit about your organization.
Hi, I'm Tammy Gazzola. I'm president of the Weatherford, Texas Chamber of Commerce.
Yay.
We are a 1,000-member chamber right here in the heart of Parker County.
No way. 1,000?
Over 1,000.
Wow, fantastic. I'm hearing on the mic that we're about to start. So real quick, tell me a little bit about, you guys are one of the big sponsors here for Sunset on the Square. This is their 5th anniversary. How long has the Weatherford Chamber been involved?
We've been a part from the very beginning.
Beginning.
Yes, we love downtown Weatherford, and we love being a part of this.
Nice, awesome. So what's the protein we signed up for tonight?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Did you sign up for it? There's we've all of our guests are like, well, it's either the salmon or the beef or the chicken.
I missed that memo, so it'll be an exciting evening.
Whatever comes. All right.
Yeah.
So what does Sunset on the Square and downtown Weatherford kind of mean to Weatherford? What do you think?
I love this event that it brings people downtown, especially on an evening like Sunday night when there's not a whole lot going on. It brings them downtown, and we get to enjoy the beautiful character of this community. And look at everyone that's out tonight. It is a great crowd to support.
And I was talking to Lindsay earlier. There's a ton of guests on the list. This is their first time. So they are in for a treat.
Yeah.
So we have it's a new setup though. We're not around the square. We're on York Street.
I love it.
You excited for it?
I think it is going to be beautiful. And can you imagine the photo op of what that's going to look like?
Yes.
Especially with the redesign of York Street. Perfect timing.
Awesome. Very good. So you're good? Everything's excited? You're having a good time?
Everything is wonderful.
All right. I don't want to keep you from your party. I don't want to keep you. I hope you have a great dinner. I don't know what protein you're going to get.
I'll let you know later.
But it's going to be delicious.
It will be.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.